Alright, today me and buddy Wes are going to hike the Tuxachanie Trail. It's a trail just north of the Mississippi Gulf Coast, about half hour, 45 minutes north of the beach there. And this trail at one time back in the early 1900s was a railroad for logging owned by Dantzler Lumber Company, I believe is what it was, or Dantzler Logging, I'm not sure. But anyways, most of this trail was the railroad bed. And the whole trail is about 13 miles, I think it is, all the way, one way. Now halfway through is Airey Lake Campground. Now we're not going to camp at that campground. We're going to find a spot somewhere here in the woods, about halfway down, make us camp set up, and do that sort of thing. This video may be 2 parts, maybe 3 parts. I'm going to separate the trail and separate the camping. And Wes just seen a snake already. And we're not even 100 yards in the trail.
That was a moccasin.
We got a water moccasin out here.
Keep your eyes peeled this time.
Definitely keep your eyes peeled. Had a lot of rain last couple of days. This is our first time ever doing this trail.
Here, see?
Yep.
Get him?
Mm-hmm. It's a water snake. It's not a moccasin, it's a water snake.
Yeah, he's got a little head on.
Little head on. Zoom in on there.
I don't want him for dinner though.
No, we got some food. But like I said, we're going to do this trail, do halfway. Undisclosed location, we're going to camp out. You can camp in within, I think it's 100 or 200 feet of the trail. And like I said, we'll probably do this in 2 sections. It might be 3-section video. 1 section or 2 sections be the trail itself, just kind of show some of the high points and maybe some low points or whatever. And then we're going to do a video on the camping experience, so y'all enjoy the trip. Not too far into the trail here, maybe 200 yards, 300 yards. You can always tell, y'all got a little bit of valleys in here. It's kind of interesting because we're in the southernmost part of Mississippi and that's flat. So this little bit of terrain is interesting to hike on for us. Got some little streams coming through. So there's places to get water at. Get your water filter. We got Sawyers with us. That's what we chose to use. And we got bottles of water. I don't think water's going to be much of an issue this trip. Right now it's about what, 75 degrees West?
Feels nice.
Feels nice. Partly cloudy. High today of 80, low about 71 I think. So I think it's going to be a good day for hiking here. Now tomorrow might be an issue because they're talking 70 to 80% chance of rain. But they're saying in the afternoon. So we're going to have to get up maybe a little early, or normal for us. We always get up early for some people, and get some breakfast in us and take off. Now Wes's wife dropped us off at the trailhead back there on Hwy49 on Saturday morning here. Sunday afternoon around lunchtime, my wife's going to pick us up at the other end of the POW camp. And did a video last year, me and Tori went and explored that. You want to go check it out. Yeah, 1 mile in. Nice little swampy area here. One thing I suggest is get you a decent pair of shoes coming in here. There's some slip spots, some clay spots, muddy spots, spots like this. Gotta watch your footing on. The bridge is here, and if you're feeling adventurous, you got the natural bridge there. So if you need some water, 1 mile in, you got some water to filter out. And it's moving water, but still want to filter it.
Like those lilies.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just come across another little bridge right around the corner there. A little stream runs through the woods off to our right. You got a deep little hole here. If you look, the trail goes kind of that way. Probably follows that stream around through the woods. Probably places to get off and dip your toes off in the water. But if you're coming out here, just keep an eye on the blazes. You see we got 2 white blazes right here in front of us. So if you any question, just look for the white blazes. Just follow your way through the woods. Another thing we suggest, we were just talking about it, we both have the app called All Trails. It's pretty handy. You can type in where you're at and it'll show you trails and walking paths and hiking paths in your area. Maps and pictures, and it's kind of like the Facebook of hiking trails. There's a pro version you can get. I don't remember how much it is a month, but
Too much.
it ain't too much. Maybe what, $5-10, something like that, maybe something like that. But we don't do a whole lot of hiking, enough to necessitate buying it. So, but it gives you an idea what you're getting into.
Pretty nice there.
Yeah. The trail's marked out pretty well. These white blazes. Come across a couple places where trees have been falling down on the trail. They come through old Hurricane Zeta and all that come through here, and for a while this was closed off. Wasn't, quote, safe. But it's opened up and trails are cleared out, and come across this neat bridge here. That tree there.
Is that a dogwood?
I think it is. Butterflies seem to love it.
Pretty deep.
Yep. Yeah, water's moving pretty good through there. All right, we stopped about a little bit after 2 miles. Come this little 4-way. Drop our packs for a minute. Get a drink of water, rest our backs. Come across 2 hikers. They said, you ain't gonna make it past mile 5. That's deep. They don't know how deep we can go.
I didn't know who they was talking to.
That's it, they didn't know who they was talking to. So we're gonna find out. One way or the other. We may just have our pickup point just a little bit in a different area. Might be back where we came in at. Or it might be where we were originally planning. One way or the other, we're gonna make this happen. Just made it to our first, I guess you say, major road crossing. Forestry Road. If you look on all trails, it is mapped. If you're wondering where to go, just look across the street and you got your white blazes and keep on going. This section we've been on for the last probably 3/4 mile to a mile has been pretty flat and straight. This is more likely the main part of that rail system that I had back in the day. It's kind of interesting because some places you go, you look to your left and right and there's hills. You kind of figure they just topped off these bigger hills, piled the dirt off on the sides, make it a little bit more even, a level for the trains to come through. But I don't know how far you can see. but it's pretty straight all the way through there. And once we come getting away from the water, less and less hardwoods and more pine trees. Lots more palmettos and such. Not too bad so far. No bugs. Only seen, yep. Only seen one snake, a little water snake. It's middle of March, into March. I suppose as the time goes on, the summer gets here, the bugs might carry you away off here. So, anyways. We're about 3¼ to 3½ miles in, coming out of that little pine thicket area. Got a little water crossing coming through here, not too bad. Just keep an eye out for snakes in this area. Watch your footing, because some of these concrete things you're stepping on, they're not as solid as they look they are. Some of them are a little loose. Just make sure you wear some decent footwear out here.
Now, if you remember just a little bit ago when we talked to that
Back into
fellow
the
hiker,
pine
and she
thicket
said
we
you
go.
wouldn't make it past mile 4 or 5. Well, here we are just past mile 4 or 5, and we had to fashion up this bridge system of logs and limbs and such that we found and cut up and fashioned up. We actually came across 2 other guys that were contemplating their next move of how they're going to get across, or were they going to turn back around. Well, Wes and I were bound to determine we were not going to turn around. We were going to make it through this. So all 4 of us got together and came with this little bridge system. That took us about 35-45 minutes to get it fashioned up. But overall, turned out pretty good. Not completely OSHA safe, but it's going to do. Now, I'm not sure how long it's going to last. Probably the next good rainstorm is probably going to wash away. So this may or may not be here by the time you get there.
Impressed.
Getting across here with a pack, that's the problem.
Well, look, we can bring this big log and put there.
Yeah.
And then try to get him.
That's really the only. This right here, if this log can be moved, I don't know how big it is. It goes down in there pretty good ways.
Probably what they had over here.
Now, off to the left of where I'm crossing now is where the bridge used to be at, and it's completely washed away. I think it's one of those little plank bridges. And the further to the left is a tree that has fallen across the creek here. You might be able to get across that tree. I wasn't going to try it. It did not look all that safe, so we decided to go with this route. So, like I said before, this is end of March, so if you come later than this, it may not be here, and it may be here, but if you do try it, just be careful.
Are you videoing this?
Yes, I am.
I bet you are. Uh-oh. There.
This is the 2 guys that we met up with right there at the bridge where we washed out at, and they're just doing a little day hike from Hwy49 to the Airey Lake campground. So they're packed a whole lot lighter than we are, and they got walking sticks and such. But yeah, they helped us out a good bit, trying to get this bridge fashioned up, and overall turned out pretty well.
Definitely slick.
Get low.
Yeah. My problem is if I come up too fast, I'm going to bounce off. There we go.
That's what she said.
There we go. That's solid though. Got a good root right here. Real solid root. Alright, let's see how our backwoods engineer does. thing I'd be worried about is this big log. It's slick. And the one underneath it here. Oh no, we're good.
If you go in the water, make sure you get your pack up.
Yeah. I don't know how deep that is. There it is. There you go.
Good job.
Slick or short? Right, I suggest right here.
Get low.
Yeah, you got a hiking pole. That helps too.
Would not trust that one.
Yeah, some of the wet ones are a little sketchy.
A little bit. Again, we're putting a stress test on this thing, you guys.
There you go. It passed the featherweight test. We know that much.
We're going super heavyweights now.
Easy. Grab that tree by you.
Well, I'll be good with that one. See, this is solid right here.
Yeah.
Once you get right here, you're good. Ooh. There you go.
So if you come out here and you see our bridge, you're welcome. Just past 4 miles in.
Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right, so we just crossed our backwoods bushcraft bridge that we made. Past 4 miles, kind of weird little fencing area thing here. I'm not exactly sure what it is. If I was a betting man, it's a grave site. We think about 4 or 5 foot wide and 3 foot across.
Yeah.
Just odd. It's definitely been here for a minute.
Could have been like a hog pen.
Hog pen or dog pen or something.
Well,
yeah.
maybe like to catch them.
Something. Definitely odd. Definitely odd. We just got past, just a little ways past that bridge we made. The trail is definitely thickened up. It's kind of interesting. Went from pines, wide open. Now we're in a pine thicket with lots of hardwoods mixed in and lots of close shrubs here to the trail, as you can see. Now I don't think probably very many people made it past that bridge because it washed out probably after hurricanes later, or I'm not sure. But anyways, we made a little bridge. It's temporary. It ain't OSHA safe, but we made it across it. 4 of us made it across it. We met up with those 2 guys there, local fellas. Got a little teamwork going on, made that bridge. But it's just interesting how the trail changed just that quickly as soon as we crossed that little creek there. We're about 4.5 miles in or so. Let's see what we can get into. About 4.5 miles into it. Now the creek crossing this bridge has been moved, but it's solid looking. I'm going to test it out here in a minute. I'm going to fill our water bottles up, filter some water out later on at camp. Water's moving pretty good. Nice little sandbar we got going on. Ease back this way, see what's going on. And this water here is not moving. So I'm not going to get into this water. Go back down here where Wes is at. And fill the old Smart water bottle up. They'll thread up on those Sawyer water filters. We're going to show you that here later on at camp. Got you some water?
Yeah.
Good deal. Coming up on mile marker 5.
Are we there yet?
What?
Are we there yet?
No.
Are we there yet?
No.
Are we there yet?
No.
Ah.
Kids. Nice little boardwalk through the marsh here.
Very cool.
Yeah. This didn't wash away. About a mile, mile and a half before we get to Airey Lake. Like I said, I'm not sure if this is going to be a 3-part or 2-part video. It just depends on how much footage I get and everything. The trail's a little bit open, but still around the trails, kind of close. Sun coming out and in. Excuse me. Making it a little warm here and there. Right now we're trying to find a little spot to sit down for a little bit. A little afternoon break. Alright, has a little break. Afternoon break and snack. Some water in us. About a mile, the halfway point. And originally our plan, between here and there, find some place to camp off the trail somewhere. Now the chance of rain tomorrow afternoon is 80% of thunderstorms. Not just rain, but thunderstorms. And yeah, we don't mind hiking in the rain, but thunderstorms, yeah, I don't know. So we changed plans. We're gonna hike to Airey Lake, pass by it, go about a mile or so, pass by it, find us a camping spot out that way. And what that'll do is if we wake up and the weather changes, which it will, and it can, if we have to get, let's say, extracted out, we'll be right there at the road. If not, we're a good little piece into the other half of the trail, and we'll beat the rain, because it's talking about the afternoon, so we want to try to be done with this by noon. And yeah, we could do this whole trail in one day, about 5 or 6 hours. But that's not the whole point. We're not trying to get to point A to point B. We're doing it for the adventure. See what we can see what we can do, so on and so forth. Just like back there building that bridge. That took about half hour, 45 minutes of us engineering and rigging up and finding wood and everything else. So, just part of the adventure. Alright, well, there's the first half of the Tuxachanie Trail. Not bad at all. Here's Lake Airy.
Look both ways.
Look both ways. Sorry, Mom. Now, we're not sure if we ain't gonna camp here. We don't want to camp around people. It's not that we're antisocial. Just today we are. So, we're gonna go on past. We might find a spot past this and camp. And then again, we may just keep on making it to the POW camp, but we're gonna find out as time progresses. But overall, the first half was not bad. Barely any bugs. Like I said, it's end of March, so you got to keep that in mind. Had some water crossing, so you're gonna need a decent pair of shoes. Get you some hiking shoes, something different, something good. Here we are, Lake Airy, or Airey Lake, however you want to say it. Anyways, got a well up there for water and campgrounds and stuff like that. So we're gonna check this out and move on about our way.